One into round two. There's a list of the top 8. J.C. Phelps and Josh Stein had an unexpected early exit. National meet held in the United States. The McDonald's American Cup was held, and that is where Romania's Ana Maria Bican finished second to the United States' Christy Powell, and she had one fine floor exercise.
Now, if you thought that wasn't enough, she has some great skills, but she ends it off with a triple twist in this floor exercise. Very few women in the world perform this, especially at the end of a floor exercise routine, and stands it up again.
There was the score, better than a 9.8 for 15-year-old Ana Maria Bican in the floor exercise of the recently held McDonald's American Cup, and here she is now on the vault.
Dan, we talked about strategy. This is her forte. We should see a big score on this event. All day yesterday. It was fun. Really nice. Just a step on the landing. One of the toughest vaults we're seeing on the vaulting exercise today. 2 twists. A lot happening.
And there is the current leader, Mina Kim, awaiting her next routine on the uneven bars.
As Elfie stated, very difficult vault. She'll perform the same vault again. The only thing she has to improve on, of course, is the landing. Took that one step. Oh! Great vault again, but still that carbon copy step there.
A repeat of vault 1, and as we mentioned, very difficult. 2 twists. There's not a whole lot of time to get this in before the landing. You need a tremendous amount of height off the horse. Look at this. 1, 2, looks for the landing and had a little bit of over-rotation.
Remember, the women get 2 vaults, and they take the average of the 2 scores. And competing with Ana Maria Bican is Marcello Barbieri from Italy, part of this mixed pairs team.
And Dan, I would say that this is his best event. Has a nice smile there for the cameraman. Like I said, he's a jokester out on the floor.
He looks like he's having some fun out there, Marcello.
Got to get serious now. The new code of points has really dictated that strength on this event is so important. And he is not lacking. Do that element one more time. It's called an inverted cross, and then press back up to the handstand. A little bit of swing in the rings. Dismount here. Double layout. And a little bit of a slide on the landing.
24-year-old Marcello Barbieri lives in Milan, Italy, and is teamed with the Romanian today, Ana Maria Bican.
As I mentioned, I think this is his strongest event, and strength is the key. He's a very physical athlete. Nice double laid out somersault. Some of the athletes are doing a little bit more difficult dismounts, and of course that small little hop on the landing, that'll be a 1/10 of a point deduction.
You think they understand each other? There could be a little bit of a language barrier between Barbieri and Bican, but they're through round 2. More gymnastics in a moment. Flashback, 1991, very familiar name, Kim Zemeskel.
No question, she was a crowd pleaser. Boy, could she tumble. She really had it all in her floor exercise routine.
Former world champion. But she had a teammate, didn't she, Tim?
That's right, Dan. Don't forget the men. Chris Waller, also a member of that championship team at the 1991 International Mixed Pairs.
Well, Frances Cecile Cockatow is waiting to go in this competition, and it seems she's been doing a lot of waiting for her partner. Let's go down to Marianne.
Jay, you literally just flew into town. What happened?
Well, we had a Iowa versus New Mexico dual meet last night, so I competed in that. And then this morning, our plane left at 7 o'clock and was delayed an hour, so I got here about half hour before the meet started and flew through warm-ups and just hoped I could do the best I could.
Did you even get to say hello to your partner, Cecile from France?
No, not until after, just when we sat down after we did our routines.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you very much.
And here is Jay's partner, who he's not too familiar with at all. But the first vault now in round 2 for 15-year-old Cecile Cockatoo.
Amazing on this event. I was going to say she's going for a sure score. What I mean by that is she wants to get to round 3. But remember, she has one more vault.
Very good landing.
I tell you, Elfie, I don't know if you can do this vault any better at all. Body position perfect, and that was beautiful. Great landing. Only criticism, maybe not quite enough height and not quite enough distance away from the horse.
The same as the first vault, and she has guaranteed herself a very high score. Beautiful vault.
That should be an impressive average of the 2 vaults for Cockatoo.
The difficulty in this vault is it's a blind landing. The Yurchenko-style vault. She'll do a half turn in the air, but look at that body position. That's impressive, and she nails it. Actually, just a small hop on that second one.
He's been on our national team.
So Cockatoo will await her score, while her partner, 20-year-old Jay Thornton, competes on the parallel bars.
It's a good event for Jay. About midway through, he'll show us a new trend in gymnastics. Actually starting to do skills similar to what is done on the high bar. Release skills right here. 1 and 3. No matter how well you do that, Dan, it hurts a little bit when you land. A little bit off balance, and oh boy, he shows it on the landing there.
From the University of Iowa, pre-med. And there is Cockatoo eyeing her partner.
There's that release skill on the parallel bars I talked about. 1 3/4 flips, and ouch. That's smart.
Well, his teammates call him Hoss because I guess for a gymnast, he's pretty big. 5 feet 9 1/2, 170 pounds.
Actually, he is big for a gymnast, Dan. This dismount turned into a big problem for him right there. Huge steps forward. That's going to hurt.
So maybe getting to this meet just a half hour before it began, maybe Jay Thornton paid the price. Not a good score on the P-bars and an excellent score on the vault for Cecile.
Well, tremendous vault for Cecile, but unfortunately in mixed pairs, it takes 2 to go on.
We'll continue with round 2 of this international mixed pairs when we come back to Seattle in a moment.
News Radio is coming to NBC Tuesday.
You want my advice?
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to give it to you.
People magazine calls it the funniest new series.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Prudential Update studio in New York. We will send you back to Seattle in just a minute. But first, the big story in sports.
Back to the 1995 International Mixed Pairs Championship in Seattle at the Seattle Center Arena. Dan Hicks with Tim Daggett, Elfie Schlegel, and Marianne Grabavoy as we continue second round action here. And now our second look of the day at Ukraine's Irina Bulikova. We saw her on the floor exercise, did an excellent job, and now preparing for her 2 vaults.
Dan, she put in a great score on the floor exercise. Now this event, I'm surprised. It's been consistent for her, but it's not a high-scoring vault. I mentioned not a high-scoring vault. It's only out of a 9.8, so she has got to do this vault as well as she can, and she has some problems on the landing.
Also, Elfie, she tucks her knees a little bit. Legs should be totally straight, and they're bent there. That vault could actually be interpreted as a much lower scoring vault, a handspring tuck front.
Which is only out of a 9.7. She'll perform the same vault for her second one. A little better in terms of power, but still some major form breaks. As you mentioned before in the first one, Tim, she tucked her knees, and I saw the same type of mistake in this second vault.
Technically, really not that strong here. She kind of misses what we call her block in gymnastics, the push or the repulsion off of the horse, and because of that, she has to bend her knees to rotate enough to make it around to her feet.
So she'll wait for the average of her two scores on the vault, and here one of the more experienced gymnasts in the world, Rustam Sharipov, 23 years old. He's Bulikova's teammate.
This is one of my favorite exercises in all of gymnastics right here. This guy is a god on parallel bars. That may sound like big, strong words, but I tell you, I marvel at everything he does. Watch it. It is non-stop from here on out. This is so risky, all of this stuff, and pow, right to the handstand. Oh, man, I tell you, the problem, Dan and Alfie, the problem is he makes this look just too easy. That exercise is so difficult. Timing is so critical, so split second. And it looks like it's a walk in the park for him. Non-stop from this point on, as I said. Watch this beautiful front flip. All these skills have to keep moving, no stopping, no time for any adjustments at all. And then it's got to, bam, stop in that handstand.
Has been training in gymnastics.
Well, he did win the silver medal on this apparatus, Tim, at the 1994 World Championships.
And he's married.
And their score is about as even as you can get for a team, but Rustam's score a little low in your eyes, Tim?
I definitely think so. Great exercise, has enough difficulty. Too bad, too low.
Well, coming up, our second look at mighty Mina Kim, chalking up for the uneven bars. Gymnast in today's competition, Marianne.
Well, Dan, how's this to make you feel old? Mina Kim won't graduate from high school to the year 2000. But before that, she does have her sights set on the Atlanta Olympic Games in 1996. She's extremely poised and graceful for someone at such a young age. But that may have to do with the fact that someone so very polished has gone before her.
She sets the standards most of the time, and so I can watch her in the gym and see what I'm working up to be. I don't know, if it's my role necessarily to help her a whole lot. I think that's the coach's role, to give her the coaching and techniques to use. But hopefully I am there at least so she can, see that she can keep going, as long as she wants to. And it is possible to make the Olympic team.
It's funny, she has a lot of similarities to Shannon Miller in the respects that when Shannon was young, she had the same physical attributes as Mina. She's very tiny and very precise. Mina weighs 56 pounds, and at her age, 13 and 14 years old, that's rare for a human being, and Shannon was the same type of gymnast. She was always kind of a pipsqueak, when she was younger. It was really funny when Mina first came to my gym about 3 years ago. She was a somewhat unaccomplished gymnast, and she was just trying out to see if we would accept her onto the team and train at our gym. and put her in the group with the elite kids, which was a little bit intimidating for any individual. But Mina wasn't intimidated at all, and I asked her to perform a skill, and she said she couldn't do it. I said, well, I'll spot you on it. And she did one. It was a double flyaway off the bars. And she did one just fine. And I said, well, why don't you try one on your own? And she did one on her own, and I said, well, I thought you said you couldn't do this. And she put her hands on her hips and said, I said I couldn't do one without a spot, and kind of yelled at me.
She didn't really talk back, but she kind of, I don't know if you'd call it yelling, but she kind of spoke up to Steve. And that was really funny for all of us because, you know, usually the new girl on the team doesn't talk very much. And it was just funny to see a big voice coming out of that little person.
See that? Gem of the gym. But Shannon Miller seems to improve with age.